Hi. Time is not real. It's an illusion. It's a figment of your imagination. I don't have time for this. Let's make time for that drink. We're running out of time. Let's find time to watch that film. What is it? Is there not enough? Can we create it? You can't have both, because it doesn't exist. Time is simply a collection of memories and using your imagination. All we have is now. And I'm going to prove that to you. In my corporate world, I work with projects. We have 3 pillars: scope, budget, and time. What we're going to do, how much we're going to spend, and are we going to hit that deadline? It makes sense in business. The more resource you throw at a project, the more money you're going to spend. But the deadline thing, that's just to make somebody somewhere happy. It's just a target. It means nothing. Remember when you were at school? One teacher would give you 2 to 3 nights to do an essay. Another would give you 3 or 4 weeks. And if you're anything like me, both got done in the hours before bedtime, the night before it was due. So why the deadline? Why the constraint? Have you ever been asked that question? Cheesy question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Now, it's usually posed during an interview. And the truth is usually doing what the person who's interviewing you does, or what their boss does. But you want to get the job, you don't want to insult them, so you say something ambitious enough, but not without stepping on their toes. Then you get the job, and 5 years pass in the blink of an eyelid. What did you achieve? I want you to humour me now and do a little experiment. I want to take you back 5 years. I want you to think about where you were. Where were you living? What did home look like? What city? Who was in your circle? What did you want out of life 5 years ago? Where did you want to travel to? What did you want to achieve? Perhaps it was that loft conversion. Perhaps it was a new job. Maybe it was clearing that kitchen drawer that we all have. Or maybe just a few pounds. Gaining or losing. Now let's fast forward 5 years. 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? What does it look like? What did you do with those 5 years, those 10 years? Where did it all go? And most importantly, can someone please come and see me at the end and tell me the lottery numbers for Saturday? Now you've just time travelled. You used your memories to go back in time, your imagination to go forward. If it had said yesterday and tomorrow, it's the same thing. Memories, imagination. All there is right now. I turned 40 in a matter of days. And this time last year, I was freaking out. For years, I'd given myself this deadline, this constraint. By the time I'm 40, I'm going to do this. I'm going to own this. I'll be this. And I've done a lot. I've achieved a lot. I've got multiple streams of income. I've started my own business, have a beautiful family. Lots and lots of things to be grateful for. But there were certain things on that list, maybe 10 years ago. You know, the big house, the huge house in the countryside. The kind of countryside where there's no phone signal, Ubers don't pick you up, and Domino doesn't deliver. That's successful. That's where I want it to be. But I'm a city girl at heart. The point is, when we did that exercise a minute ago, that's not even on my list anymore. What was on my list was travel. I really wanted to see the world, but I didn't think I had time or funds. You know, when you speak to people at work or when you bump into them and you say, oh, why did you go on holiday last year? Or where are you going next year? And we expect maybe one place, possibly two if they're a bit of a show off. But, we think we should pace ourselves over the years, see the world in bite-sized pieces. We have things to do, we have responsibilities, jobs, kids, lives. Travels are nice to have. And for me, that was the case. But this time last year, when I was panicking about turning 40 and not having to take my things off, I realised that time doesn't mean anything. Why not do everything now? All we have is now. So in the past 6 months, I have eaten waffles in front of the mannequin piece in Brussels. I have taken selfies in front of the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona. I've ridden a camel in Hammamet. I've drank Guinness in Dublin. And why not? But I know what you're thinking. It's all right for some. You've got your own business. You can go on holiday as much as you want, whenever you like. I've got 22 days holidays. Do you know what that is? That's 10 long weekends, 2 7-day holidays, 4 half days to spend on kids' dentist visits, Christmas shopping, those days for yourself, and still your bank holidays left over. It's not about running out of time. It's about creating time for the things that you want to do. For me, that's travel. For you, it could be health. It could be time with your families. It could be that kitchen drawer. You've got my contact details. If you want help with making the most of your time, feel free to reach out. I'm here to advise. But I'd just like to remind you, time does not exist. It's an illusion. It's a figment of your imagination. And with that, thank you for yours tonight.